Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Thanks everyone so much for joining, and thank you for speaking at GreenFin. We're really looking forward to the event. Sad that we can't convene in person, but we've been using Hopin, an online events platform, for our last several events, and it's been going really well. So really looking forward to it. I'm going to share my screen with you through the duration of this. I will show you what it looks like as a speaker to go into Hopin and get into one of your sessions. I'm just going to give you a few reminders at the beginning here, and then at the end, we'll have a chance for all of you to go into Hopin yourselves and test out the platform. To do that, I'm going to ask that you register for this test event that we have. I included a link to it in this Zoom chat, and then it's also in the calendar invite for this meeting right now. There's just a couple of notes in the description there, and it says register for our test event here. It should take just a couple of seconds. It'll just prompt you to create a Hopin account if you don't have one yet. And we'll go into that at the end. If you haven't yet registered for GreenFin 21, please be sure to do so as soon as possible. You're not going to be able to speak at the event if you don't register. And you should have received an email from my colleague Yanni with a link to do that. So do be sure that you register. To access Hopin on the day of the event, just a quick important note, you want to make sure that you'll use Chrome or Firefox. So Safari is not compatible with Hopin. So do be sure you're using one of those browsers. And then to access your session on the day of the event, we're going to be sending out calendar invites in the next 2 weeks that'll have links in them that'll take you directly to your session. So just keep an eye out for that. For now, hold the time that you're speaking on your calendar, please. You may have already received a calendar invite from my coworker, Graham, and that'll just get updated in the coming weeks again with the link to access your session. Another quick note, I'm going to be recording this session, so if you want to watch it later, just to remind yourself how to join sessions, you can do so. And if you have any questions throughout this call, feel free to put those in the Zoom chat. So I have a couple coworkers who are on this who are happy to answer those. We'll also have time in Hopin at the end for you to ask any follow-up questions that you still have. I'm going to go ahead and jump into Hopin now. Oops. So this is what Hopin looks like. When you go into the test event that we have, you're going to land on a page that looks just like this. This is just our reception page. You can see there's a few different icons over on the left-hand side here. So this is how attendees will navigate throughout the event. They can either go to the stage, that's where our main stage is taking place. They can go to sessions here, and then there's networking in our expo. So for our test event here, we're going to go into sessions. I created a few different sessions that you'll join just according to your last name. During the actual event, these will just be all the breakouts that are listed. They'll have little pictures here as well. For these purposes, I'm going to jump into this one. And I'm going to see my coworker Yanni's on the screen here. And this is exactly what you're going to see as speakers. So we have GreenBiz tech managers who are just our staff members who are going to be on screen to greet you all when you join your sessions, and they'll let you on screen. So as a speaker, what you'll first do is just click this blue button up in the corner that's going to say ask to share audio and video. And then this window will pop up where you can adjust your settings. So make sure that your audio and your camera is set to what you want it to be. You can also test out your stream quality to make sure that you're in the good or the excellent range. And then just go ahead and hit apply. And I will come up on screen. We're going to ask that all speakers join their sessions 15 minutes early, so you're able to just get settled. Attendees can see, or they can jump into sessions 5 minutes before they begin. So that's an important thing to note, is that you and the other speakers will be on screen here, chatting amongst yourselves, and then just be aware that 5 minutes before your session begins, people will start to filter in and they can see you on screen. So there's no like green room or privacy there at that point. All of our sessions are recorded, and we share those with attendees after the event. So you'll see a little button up in the corner that says recording. I'm just not recording this one right now. If I pull this window over here, I can see the chat box. So as speakers, this is how you can communicate with attendees in the session. So you can go ahead and just type chats into here, and attendees will also be able to communicate with you this way. Another important important little part here is this Q&A button over on the right-hand side. So this is really important for moderators. If you want to take questions from the audience at any point throughout your sessions, you can click on this Q&A button. You can see that Yanni already posted a question. How do I ask questions? People can upvote these. So I can like that. And then you can filter this by having either the most popular ones at the top or the most recent ones. So that's just something to note, is that's how you can pull questions from the audience. This people tab right here, this is just showing all of the people that are currently in the sessions, in your current session. And then this polls tab, so moderators have the ability to create polls in their session. This is totally up to you. You do not have to utilize this, but if you want to, you can go into your session when you're getting settled 15 minutes prior, you can create a poll, and this will go out to all audience members. And then, yeah, you can have fun with that. Just to show you around this screen here, so up at the top, you can see 2 out of 15. This is just showing how many speakers are in the session. So there's just Yanni and I on here. 15 are allowed in this session. To the right here, this is showing you how many people are viewing. So you'll see that number start to go up when people filter in to the session. You can ignore this moderation panel. This is only something that us organizers are going to see. But this button here, this is how you can turn your video on and off. You can mute yourself using this button. We do ask that all speakers keep themselves muted when you're not speaking, just to reduce any background noise. And then this button here, this is how you can share your screen. Again, this is not required, but if you have any slides that you're going to be sharing throughout your breakout session, this is how you'll do that. You'll just click that, hit share screen, and then you have a few different options, pretty similar to just sharing your screen on Zoom. So you can either share your entire screen, you can share an application window, or you can share a Chrome tab. I have some more detailed instructions for how to do this on our Speaker Resource Center. My coworker Sydney will put that into the Zoom chat, but it's pretty simple. You can either, if you have a Keynote or a PowerPoint presentation, I think application window is going to be the best option there. So I can see that I have a Keynote presentation pulled up. Go ahead and just hit share, and then this is going to take over my screen. There are ways to make sure that you're able to see yourself speaking in Hopin while sharing your slides. Again, I'm not going to go through that in detail right now, but we do have instructions for that. Just go into present mode, and then you can see that in Hopin, the attendees are going to see your screen exactly like this. They can also modify this to be however they like. So they can either have your slides as the largest screen here. They can minimize it and just have everything be side by side like that. Or I can click on Yanni and make her be the larger window. When you're done, you can just go ahead and hit stop sharing. If you have Google Slides, you can select Chrome tab over on the right-hand side, and then click your Google Slides presentation. If you have any audio, just make sure that you select share audio here in the bottom left corner, and then go ahead and hit share. And then same thing, you'll just go into present mode. Another quick note about Hopin is that there's not really any countdown to let you know when the session begins. So that's going to be the responsibility of the moderator. We'll also have the tech manager. So Yanni would let me know, like, your session's beginning in 5 minutes. But just make sure that you're paying attention to time. So if you start at 11:30, go ahead and just get started at 11:30. And at the end, same thing. It's not going to kick you out of your session or anything. So if you're having a really good conversation and attendees are still in the session, feel free to stay on for a little bit longer. But we do want to ask that you wrap up the conversation for the most part when it comes time for your session to end. And then lastly, this button here, this is just how you can adjust your settings if you need to at any point. If you're having any technical issues, we do request all of your cell phone numbers before the event so that we can contact you in case you're not on screen. So please be sure to provide those to us. And you can also just message your tech manager. So I can go to Yanni here and send her a direct message if I can't get on screen or something's happening for any reason. And then when you're done at the end of the session, you'll just go ahead and click leave here, and then you'll exit the screen. That is pretty much it.